Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the Game War on the Pacific Admins Edition. This is my play by email game against Xargun and this is the game version 26B on scenario 1. February 9th, 42, and this turn we'll see hopefully a successful landing at Java. I'm not sure if there's much more to hope for. Of course I pick up more dot bases. But if Xargun have nothing waiting for me, good. There are normally 3 or 4 locations here on Java you can typically try to land. I choose here the mountain Malang, source of Sorbaya. But there are also other locations you could land. I choose this one. And these are empty bases normally. So the landing was okay. I bring in, I think, 6 or 8 Navy Guard units, and they have a very low tendency to lose equipment. You only must make sure that you don't run in enemy divisions or ahead any hardcore style guys, because these are really Navy Guard units are good for taking bases. They are only base forces or similar stuff. Not first class troopers. Dutch submarines luckily don't intercepted my ships. Xargun keeps them here in deep water because shallow water is always dangerous for any submarine. Doesn't matter if allies or Japanese. Compartments. Depending on the terrain, I can take more or less damage. Or no damage at all, but maybe always fatigue the disruption. Or slows them down in the movement. Here is a little more flak coming up. Not sure why. They normally not rather than supply more, but there is some supplies are always reaching the Chinese units somehow. Not often, but sometimes. So 3 days no flag, and then suddenly there's flag, and I don't change my attitude. So it must be shipping of supplies arriving at these Chinese units over very crossroad directions. Okay. So number 1 information: no enemy airstrike against my landing at Java. There was of course counting with strong Dutch airstrikes. Suppose my landing, it's more or less the best situation or the worst situation for the Japanese. If you unload your troops and then there's an enemy airstrike coming and bomb your ships. Maybe watch Johannes game. But I see here no Dutch Air Force. Maybe a surprise Xargun, or he has them all in Batavia. I'm not so sure. Maybe he's focusing on Balikpapan and Batavia, not on Surabaya. I would always personally see Surabaya the most important on Java. Simply is have the shipyard and a big port, and it's get reinforcements there. So taking Surabaya as early as possible is, I think, a benefit for Japan. But don't trash your units or navy in this attempt. Good, so some bombardments in the high mountains. Shock attack here. This Burma base force surrender. Nice. Was only a small base force. Down bombardments. And this is now really the end of the Filipinos. There's nothing left. If Xargun don't ship out any Filipino units, I would say this is not possible, or you must pay for this, and why you won't do this. Means there's 100% destroyed Filipino units now. Some dot bases, more dot bases. This is allied bombardment. If they want try, and nothing else. So again, no surprise, everything straightforward. My landing was successful at Java. I see no enemy, because would be the enemy there was or then there's automatically, I think, counter battery fire and bombardment. So at Java is no enemy in this hex. Air losses are so. Flag created ops losses for my key 30s. Luckily no pilot gets killed, no ship sunk, nothing. So I move here now east 15 miles per day, so I need 3 days to arrive here, then the day after this I can attack. Normally I would say you can make 5 miles per day running here, so you need 9 days to walk up. So we will see if I can catch them. But I have also airstrikes, so this will always cost you some movement points. My tanks are blocking here now the retreat of this, because I saw the Chinese forces are moving out in this direction. At least they're moving in this hex. So Xargun has now 2 options. He tried to break through to reinforce the defense in Lenshao, or he could... No, he won't know. Yeah. I don't know. For me, the dot is northeast. This would mean that he walked from this hex to this hex, and there's no street. Then you make a cross-country walk with 3 miles per day in high mountains, or 2? I don't know. So I don't know what this is now meaning, but I use a recon airplane, so I normally get information where he's walking, and for me it is really he's walking in this dot base, so maybe he tried to escape in this direction. I use my tanks to block these 2 hexes, so now he must walk over snow mountains. This is even more terrible for units, or he must make a shock attack. I also see here 1 unit walking in this direction, so I could also try to use my assault or tank group to walk here in and see how strong is the defense. I mean, these are medium tanks. The light tanks are more easy to kill for Chinese, but medium tanks are tough. And this is the upgraded medium tanks already. But we'll see. The rest else is standard. Nothing to talk, nothing to show. It's only that the Chinese are coming. They're walking here and I'm retreating. Because I don't must fight for the space. There's nothing for me here to gain. And my own army is walking at the highway at full speed. Direction Amoy. And in this case, it's walking that I can from Wenchao go, I think I walk in first to this dot base, and from the dot base I make the walk to Amoy directly, and this is, the routing is okay. Sometimes you have very strange behavior. So make sure how your units are really working. Nothing else. Nothing else here. There was a British unit or Boomer unit giving up, so I can walk now. It takes this 2-3 dot bases and then it's done. Nothing else here. Forces in Singapore are still recovering. Next turn maybe. I'm still over 20. I want at least be under 20 and then try it again. The landing here was successful, no enemy units, so I can take this base. And once I have the base, I can fly in enemy fighters, then I have local cap fighters. Now I use an escort fighter group from this carrier to run cap. Luckily, no one is coming. Okay. I also have here, this is a landing forces, have some more supplies, but all units are already on shore. Well, and this is my heavy surface escort group. If there's enemy destroyers, torpedo boats, cruisers coming, trying to mess up with me. But no, nothing. Good. And the Filipinos, I kill only one guy. Okay, so one guy killed and one guy is still here. Okay, I must kick once more. So, okay, one more turn. And my carriers did exactly one hex, because I think there was refueling and they had less ops points, so yeah, okay. So, naja. Now the journey really starts to try to find enemy supply convoys and sink them. And here's more, taking bases, they're all empty. Here's a French military unit, very weak, only local militia. Pago had, I think, 2 or 4 units. I don't know. We will see. Good. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.